Hi guys, this is Ada Shan. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable. It's been almost about 2 years since we played this, so we're gonna get right into it. We also have a little guest with us. We have little Lizzie.
Hi everyone!
She's decided to join us.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm gonna let
Stanley
this
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
run through.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
I've just played a
Though
game
he
like
had been
this.
made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, at least he was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
No, don't do that. Nope. Oh, I'm stuck in my door. I'm stuck in my door. Oh no. Oh no, I'm stuck in my door.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no, I oopsed. Hold on. Oh no.
That was not meant to happen.
Yeah, that's not a good start to a game.
No, it's not. Don't get stuck in the door that time.
I didn't get
But
stuck in the
Stanley
door.
simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Nope.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Can't hurt
In
me.
here
Click,
I can
click,
be
click,
happy forever. I will be happy.
Yep.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
I don't.
Here it comes.
Oh. Well,
The end is never.
that was that. Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry, Leah.
That's okay.
Right. We'll leave the room. Hello.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. We'll go to the meeting room. The sensitivity on this is scary.
It's amazing though.
We'll go this way.
I love high sensitivity.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The left. Okay, we'll go.
Yet there was not a single
Nobody's-
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
I
his
like that.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There's projector.
What do I do?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, no he didn't. Nope. Right. We'll go down. We can go down. Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Somebody
And in
made a
such a
mess.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Ow.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Did
For
he?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh,
Why
wow.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
They are.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh, yeah, we're just
He thought to
dreaming.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
oh no.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
That's rather worrying, actually. Oh! Oh. Yeah, no.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Oh, God.
And everything went black.
Oh. Oh.
Dad or something?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Made
But
her
then
feel
she
better.
remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, wonderful. So she just leaves us there, like, dead.
Oh, we think it's dead.
It's gotta be dead.
I don't know.
What was I saying? Oh. Right, okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. Fine. We missed a memo.
A memory.
Memo.
I don't know what a memory
A note. We're going that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, then. We'll go this way. Go over here, fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nope.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Ow.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a
Do we
staircase,
want to go
Stanley
up?
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, okay. We'll go up. Can I go that way? No. Boss's office, is this it?
Stepping into his manager's office,
Yep.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
This is some
What
office.
he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 284. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That
Alright.
kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, wonderful.
That just sounds creepy.
It does. I don't...
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay.
Elevator.
Oh. Okay. Press button. Oh. We has loading.
Loading, 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 loading. Loading. Sorry, I had to once more.
You always have to have the last one, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Descending deeper into the
Oh.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
No, he
Mind
didn't.
Control Facility.
He's going this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Why violent?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh, shut up.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes, yes, he did. Okay. Oh, look. We gotta go in here. Ah!
I think we died.
Fell over.
I think we died.
Oh no. There was a hole in the floor.
Yeah,
Little hole.
maybe.
Whee! Oh. Where are we?
As the machine whirred into
wee!
motion and Stanley was inched closer
Nope.
and closer to his demise,
Oh.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence
That's squishy
whatsoever.
thing.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh. You just give up on me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow.
Oh, we're okay.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
We're still alive.
There's
And
Stanley.
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Do you mean?
When
Wow,
every
this is
path you
white.
can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. All the thingies. The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Oh wow, that's actually quite clever. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in good time. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. There's our office! Stanley's computer.
It's our computer.
Filing cabinets.
Our cabinets.
Office computers. Oh, there's solitaire! What's this one? Employee database. Can we... I don't know, I can't see. I need my glasses, I don't know where they are. Oh, credits. Credits, credits. What's the credits? There are the peoples. And there are some more peoples. And more peoples. Let's go this way. All the people ever. Oh, the boss's office. Scenes from the development. You got the one now. I like that one, it's a bit... Wow. An office clock.
Our office clock.
Yes.
Stanley's office clock.
What's this? Employee lounge. Mind control facility. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. What's this? Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice...
Came to the lift, he traveled
That's a
upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice.
Voice of the narrator recorded dialogue over the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from the takes that were not used in the final game.
Stanley walked through the green door.
Curious walls.
Oh, shh.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively. Stanley stood on the side. Good and bad game design.
Have a look at that mess, another.
You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it.
He's picking on me. Okay, okay. We'll go up. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. That's pretty.
Yep, really pretty.
What's this? Oh!
Colour.
Countdown desk. One of the desks from early version of the countdown ending. Oh, more pretties.
Another.
As it existed in beta. What's this? Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Oh, it's a thing. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. I probably should explore more of this. Oh, what's this? Game design mock-up. This level at William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. That's pretty. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's the office. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a time would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Oh, there's so much to see!
So much.
Bright lights out the window. What's this? What's this? Zending model. Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before lunch. Launch, not lunch. Maybe that's because I'm hungry. Oh, we've been that way. We've seen that. Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realised this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Right, we've got to go up. Let's go back this way. Right, we'll go up. Hold on. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here is a selection of those emails. Oh. Oh, wonderful. Okay, we'll go up here. Right. Our office. Is there an actual, like, ending to this?
I don't think there is.
Oh, exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I clicked it.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Only two.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oh. Squished. Oh no. I think I broke him. Oh no.
You murdered him.
Oh no. I think... Do I... I think I have to do that, maybe? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what I did, but I did something. And I murdered Stanley. So that's not fun. Yeah. Oh, I'm back. Woo. Right, that's all we've got time for at the minute, guys. Thanks so much for sticking about. We will continue and do all the other endings. I will probably be doing those when I get a bit of time a bit later. Maybe there'll be some done tomorrow, but this hopefully will be uploaded tonight and each successive over the next week. But yeah, thanks for sticking with us, guys. You've been awesome as always, and I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.